Hey there guys, welcome to Dinos Vault once again. Today I'm checking out the Bajaj Avenger Cruise 220, the Desert Gold Edition. A few subscribers have been requesting me to cover this variant, so this one goes out to you guys. Also, if you're watching this video and haven't subscribed to the channel already, I would request you to hit the subscribe button right now. Now, the tale of the Avenger dates all the way back to the Kawasaki Eliminator days, where it managed to capture almost everyone's attention, but it was its premium price tag that warded off most of the fanboys back then. Of course came the Avenger with a heavily slashed price, making it more affordable and more accessible to the common man. Over the years, people started realizing the sheer comfort and practicality this bike offered, while also understanding and admiring its actual cruiser character. They also realized that this bike offers car-like comfort on two wheels, and hence the Avenger suddenly took off and started churning in the numbers for Bajaj since 2013. All of a sudden, Bajaj realized that this bike had all the ingredients that could make it a blockbuster hit with the masses. Hence, we saw a perfect onslaught and a worthy upgrade coming our way, where the new Avengers were born, and they brought along with them a host of new features and stunning new looks, while bettering almost everything when compared to their predecessor. While the Street 220 and Street 150 took the more modern route and donned a sporty avatar to immediately captivate people's hearts and minds, next to them stood a royal masterpiece, something that would appeal to old school bikers and people who prefer retro and classic styling over modern or sporty themes. The Cruise 220, though still preferred by the choicest of few, still stands a class apart from the rest of the bikes seen around its price range. The only other option for a proper old school low slung cruiser costs nearly twice as much with the Renegade Commando. If you're wondering whether the Cruise 220 is any different from its street counterpart, the answer is no. Everything right from the dimensions to power figures to fuel tank capacity and ground clearance are absolutely identical for both the bikes. It is only the design and styling that differentiates both of them. While one is more classy and more traditional, the Street adopts a slightly darker and sportier theme. Also, one thing to note here is that the Cruise 220 weighs 5 kgs more than the Street 220 because of the chrome fest it brings along with it. The chrome lovers are in for an absolute treat with the Cruise 220 because Bajaj have drenched this bike with chrome portions all over. We get chrome housing for the headlamp, chrome mirrors, chrome panels on the tank, the radiator is made of chrome, the exhaust is completely chrome, the turn indicators get chrome housing, the backrest assembly is again made of chrome, and of course we do get chrome spoke wheels as opposed to the black alloy wheels for the Street 220. Even the new Avenger insignia gets chrome accents for the Cruise. Overall, the bike looks very appealing to me. It resembles its predecessor to a great degree. And in this Desert Gold Edition, this retro-looking cruiser gets all the glitter it needs, and the bike is sure to get you all the attention you hope for on the streets. Taking a look at the technical improvements that Bajaj are offering with the new age Avengers, first of all, this bike gets a new drive chain with improved life of 15 to 20%. The bike also gets a digital display for the odo and trip meters. We then have the new Cruise Highway Comfort handlebar that is ultra comfortable. We get new handlebar grips that have a soft touch feel to them. Then we have the white hue headlamp. It's a 5560 watt unit to offer better light spread at night. Seat height is increased by 15 mm because of the dual density foam offered to enhance riding comfort. The second spring rate in rear suspension is changed to prevent easy bottoming in on bad roads. The exhaust is all new and is completely chrome. The bike gets improved capacitor discharge ignition or CDI for faster input to throttle and other improvements to lower the overall noise, vibration and harshness or NVH characteristics. We also get flexible indicators to avoid easy breakage. Now, design wise, we all know that looks are subjective. Some might prefer the more modern look that the Street Twins offer, while some might prefer the traditional old school look that this bike offers. I personally feel that this Desert Gold Edition looks more stunning and more attractive as compared to the black variant. It kind of reminds me of the Yamaha Enticer. Still, there's no denying that this bike looks gorgeous, especially considering its unbelievable pricing. I love the huge windshield that we get as standard with this bike. It sure does help a lot while you're on the highway to fend off any wind blast. Now powering the Avenger Cruise 220 is a 4-stroke twin-spark 2-valve oil-cooled 220cc DTSI engine that puts out a max power of 19.03 PS at 8,400 rpm and 17.5 Newton meters of torque at 7,000 rpm. This comes mated to a 5-speed gearbox. Now I did take it out for a short test ride, and I must tell you this is the most comfortable bike you can get your hands on in and around its price range. The long cruise highway handlebar comes towards you instead of you reaching for it, which puts absolutely no strain on your wrists or palms. The engine is quite smooth and refined. The clutch feel is much better. The saddle comfort is as good as it can get. We can cruise on this bike for hours without feeling stressed or strained. The throttle action is lighter and the engine responds immediately to throttle inputs. Talking about the brakes, we get a 260mm disc up front and 130mm drum brake at the back. So long as you maintain appropriate tire pressure as per the user manual, you shouldn't face any skidding issues. Talking about the suspension, we get telescopic forks with anti-friction bush up front, and we get twin shock absorbers at the back. The suspension is on the softer side to offer maximum riding comfort. Talking about the wheels and tires, we get tube tires and we get a 17-inch 90x90 tire up front, whereas we get a 15-inch 130x90 tire at the back. We do get a maintenance-free battery as well. Other noteworthy specs include a seat height of 725mm, which holds good for shorter as well as average height riders. I believe it shouldn't be a problem for people up to 6 feet tall. Ground clearance is 169mm, which is more than sufficient on our Indian roads. Fuel tank capacity is 14 liters, which is decent enough, I guess. There's no official mileage claim that I could find, but I believe we can expect up to 45 kmpl from this bike. Please go through my mileage tips video by following the link appearing on the screen right now. Ex-showroom price here in Hyderabad for the Avenger Cruise 220 is Rs 88,751. So that's pretty much it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao. Take care, God bless, and ride safe.